Let's start. This is bad. Okay. Let's jump into the game, guys. First game is going to be Arabia. Let's look at the maps, the civs, and what each of them have decided to go for. Starting out, we can see already that it's Britons, Mayans, Persians versus Britain, Persian, Ethiopians. So there's a difference of Mayans and Ethiopians already. I will let you. So let's introduce the players and the positions they're at. On the left, we have Britons, Hitain, who's playing as Avastan ID, Darth Vorgan, who's who's Omkar, playing as Pocket Persians for InDuS, and on the right side we have Mayan flank, Topspin, playing as the Mayan flank for InDuS. On his opposite side, we have K the Foodie, who's playing Ethiopians for Stackers. They have Pocket Persians, Morty, and on the left, who's facing Hitain, we have Srini Mama, who's playing Britons. So you can see it's a Briton war here, Persian pockets for both, and then the civilization that they decided to change in each of their teams is going to be Ethiopians and Mayans. The build-up of how the 3v3 is going to be played is the pockets are usually going for scout rushes and flanks are going for archer openings. And let's see how these guys decide to play it as. Everyone's just scouting the bases. Laming is allowed, so let's see what these guys are willing to do. Topspin is going already ahead with his Eagle Warrior. Let's look at his line of sight on what he can see. That's actually not Topspin. Let's go on his point of view. He's gonna go and look for his enemy already. Maybe he runs right into the TC. On the other side, Srini Mama is also gonna be trying to run towards the base of Hitain, trying to look for any villages or the boars or elephants that they might find. Hey Kaka, what's up? We are doing that 3v3 show match. So all of them are bringing their first boars back, first elephants in this case, and preparing the Dark Age for a smooth start. Looking at this side, let's see what Topspin is able to see. He's the only one being much more active with the scouts compared to the rest. Shiri Mama is also looking around for the boars or something. He might actually find it. Morty and Shrini Mama are at Hitain's base. They see the elephant and they might get lame now. Shrini Mama is going to be hitting that boar or that elephant twice and is going to be running away with it. Hitain has a scout here. Yep. Hitain might actually be able to spot this and try to stop it, but a really good team play by Stackers is Morty, whose pocket from the other team has come.
This way, Attila. Follow.
Thanks for the follow, Death by Radish. We are just starting the first game. It's Arabia. So Hitain spots the scout and he is going to try to stop it, but the play over here is that Morty is here trying to help Mama, and he will try to fight, but Hitain is on the top hill. They are both microing like crazy. Mama is running away with the elephant and Hitain is gonna just pull back. He's gonna let his boar be lamed. He's just gonna maybe actually gonna try to cut him off over here. So the laming in this way is really helpful if both of the players are helping him out. So Morty's still trying to block Hitane's scout. He gets an extra hit, and both of their HPs are same again. Hitane was on a slight advantage, but now it's equal. This flaming is taking such a long time. Exactly, this is like from this side of the map to the positioning for these both guys are really far away. Well, when we compare it to this side, actually, Foodie has not taken a second boar yet. Same can't be said for Topspin. Foodie already has a barracks up. This looks like a drush opening from him, where he makes 3 militia in the Dark Age to rush his enemy down. Morty coming up with his barracks. Looks like a scout build from him as well. He's already on his way up. He's the fastest out of all of the players. He clicked up on 20 population. And if we compare that to Onkar's build, Onkar went for the standard 22 pop. He did not push the DA. He was there trying to help Hitane stop the scout, which was laming Hitane's boar. Hitane is still gonna try to do for the Manatam build actually, being down an elephant. Since he pushed 2 deers early on and is taking the zebra, he should be actually fine in the food department. Might actually become a problem later on, but early on it should be fine for him. Looks like Topspin is going for the Manatam opening over here. Drush is already here. And let's see what Foodie can see and what he's going to try to do. He sees the mill is over here, so he will try to attack the villagers on this side. Topspin might lose the villager if he's not careful. Foodie should attack the inner one. That villager is going to just run towards the TC. These 2 villagers are in the danger, and Topspin walls it. Perfect defense from Topspin so far. He walls in the other ones, and he's going to try to wall the wood line off. He's making an archery range, protecting his wood line, and Foodie is taking a little bit of damage. Let's go on Hitane's point of view. He sees the scout. Onkar is also here with his scout. Both are trying to annoy Srini Mama. Yeah, Foodie's drush. Foodie is trading his drush for the Manatams. He actually got a decent bit of HP from those Manatams. So by the time these Manatams can come here, he should be fine. Looking on the other side, Mama is just going for an archery range opening. He's not going for Manatams as Hitane is. And the Manatams are here. Scouts from Morty are trying to defend Srini Mama. Srini Mama already has a spear out. He suspects that Onkar might be trying to help. The spear is taking a little bit of damage, and Morty scouts are dancing here, trying to protect Srini Mama and not letting him take a lot of damage. Second archery range coming up. No farms yet, but he has like a lot of food because he stole the elephant. Looking at this side, 2 ranges from Foodie. He walled in his villages trying to construct the archery ranges. He abandoned the gold, and follow-up from Topspin should be to send his archers out immediately towards the... Okay, he actually deleted that, or actually lost that archery range. So this is a really panic situation for Foodie. On the other side, Hitane's still trying to annoy, making Srini Mama quick wall his resources. Morty's still trying to protect, being proactive with the scouts. But this is where the action is happening. Yeah, this is really bad for Foodie. He's gonna lose 2 villagers. His second archery range got denied. His archer production is stopped, and he's gonna pull the villagers trying to fight it. On the other side, Manatam's just ignoring and trying to go for the pocket, since everything from Srini Mama has been walled. He's gonna be losing his Manatams over here if Foodie decides to patrol it right now. This hill is a really bad position, and he's severely outnumbered. I think Foodie took some losses, but he was able to get rid of those Manatams. Looking at Topspin's army count, he has 5 archers without fletching, but he made blacksmith. He has walled off his base really cleanly. He's making farms. He has a few villages on berries. Onkar is also making a small wall, making his base well protected. Has a spear already stationed over there. He is using his scouts in Srini Mama's base, trying to find any spot where he can do damage. And Topspin again moving out. Let's see what Foodie sees from his point of view. This area needs to be walled, and So does this area. Shinimama camping with his archers in the forward. Looking at Hitane's base, he's also camping with his archers near the exposed position. He's continuing to wall off the right side and just gonna be camping this left hill. Yeah. Topspin coming with his archers. Omkar roaming around. Morty might actually be able to catch the scouts. Both of those guys are just passing away from each other. I think Omkar's scouts are a little bit misplaced. The archers will be able to get a few shots. And the scouts are running back towards Hitane's base. Omkar has a few scouts in reserve near this area. They should be able to defend against this army. I think with the hill advantage it should be fine. On the right side, you can see Foodie is trying to wall off his base. He's making a few archers, few skirmishes, and a really good play from Topspin here. He knows that Foodie is going to be making skirmishes, so he decides to ignore him and go towards the pocket. Picks off one villager. He has fletching armor already. These berry villagers are not going to be surviving for long. Let's look at this engagement over here. They're going to be camping. They're going to be trying to fight uphill, which is not a thing that they want to be doing right now. These archers are going to idle a lot of farmers. Morty forced to make a tower on his wood line and is forced to run away with the gold villages. Meanwhile, both of these guys are just defending. Not sure where the armies of their enemies are. I think they should be moving out again now. Hitane is continuing to wall. This wall can be extended over here, but he wanted to wall like this. I guess he just did not scout this particular area.
Ready.
Hitane. Yeah, he does not know, but he should know where the edge of the map is. Hitane is just gonna be trying to wall towards the end of the map. Let's look at the pocket.
Ready.
These 5 archers are being really annoying from Topspin. Foodie is bringing his skirmishers and archers, trying to protect the pocket. Oh, frame drops. My bad, guys. My internet kind of fluctuates a little bit here and there. There's nothing I can do about it. Didn't scout the edge of the map. Yeah.
Yay, mandatum.
Both the armies are moving on the right side. Hitane might be able to spot it. This is a lot of army. Does Omkar know about this? Yeah, Omkar knows about this. Omkar is keeping an eye on this. This gold is really exposed. If they both decide to go for that, they will be in big trouble. Hitane is bringing his archers back, trying to help his ally. But I don't think the pocket is able to do much. Looking at this side, Topspin comes in, tries to kill a lot of villagers on Foodie's gold. Meanwhile, I think they're just going back. They did not notice that Omkar has exposed gold over there. This main gold is really bad, so Omkar went for that secondary gold, which was much safer and much closer towards the other resources. Since Omkar is up, both of those guys decide to go back. Mama is pulling back with his archers. Where is... I think Foodie was able to clean the archers from Topspin and Morty's base. I don't see those archers anymore. And Topspin just goes there, attacks a little bit, goes back, waits for his upgrades. He's already 50% up to the castle age. Omkar already has +1 knights, +1 attack and bloodlines. So this fight should be going in much more favor in his case. I'll play Alt G for 1 sec just to distinguish between the colors and see the numbers. The new colors make it hard to differentiate between the two colors. He's going to be losing his scouts. His uptime is going to be delayed since he was forced to make a tower, take a little bit of damage from Topspin's archers. Topspin again decides to go for pocket. This can be a lot of damage. He's going to be hitting castle age any second now, and these crossbow will be able to pick off everything over here. Meanwhile, I think Hitane is also moving out. Yeah, Foodie is top scorer in their team. He's camping. He's making an outpost just to see, because this hill is pretty nasty. And the crossbow are coming. Foodie has to delete everything and run away. And let's see how the micro of Topspin looks like. He loses one villager. He loses. He actually lost one villager, so that's not bad. But his gold got denied as soon as he reached Castle Edge. Foodie is again coming towards Morty, trying to help him deal with this. Ethan is fully walled. He has made his base pretty nice. He's camping this top hill, just making sure he doesn't have to fight downhill. Looking at these crossbows, these will be looping around trying to pick off all villages. And Mama has a lot of army, but Hithin is also soon behind that. Persians already has 3 TC if we compare the pockets, and Morty is still on 1 TC. He's making a market, and Topspin is just going to run away. Hithin is making a forward TC, protecting the cell, taking the secondary gold, and also placing a 3rd TC over there. Mama already has 3 TCs and is getting ballistics. Foodie should attack Topspin, or should he come back? He should be like if he moves out to attack Topspin, he is ignoring and letting his teammate die. So in this particular position, he should be helping out Topspin, like helping out the other guys of his team. Topspin has been just way too active with his army. He's been attacking both the flank, both the pocket, and trying to move around with his army. So this mobility that he's showing with his army is buying his team a lot of time. Onkar has been untouched in his economy this entire game, and Morty has taken a lot of damage compared to him. Hithin got his bow stolen, but is still defending pretty easily. Mama has been put in a situation where he has to wait for Morty. And Osman and Onkar are going to be fighting in this area. He should come back. He should come back. That is what my answer to that question is. He should be trying to come back and save his allies. Topspin has been using his army so proactively that Foodie is forced to come back and try to save his allies. Mama is going to be trying to come here and participate in this fight, and both pocket and other flanks army are going to be cleaned. Topspin should run away because this is too many crossbow. I don't think even Topspin and Onkar together with their armies can fight this. Now it's time to just trade army. You should not be running away. Hithin is just trying to be a little bit more passive with his army, protect his hill. He does not know where Mama's army is, so it's much better to be staying defensive. He's making a siege workshop on that hill. Making a siege workshop with like a mangonel or 2 can be easily be able to defend. Topspin is on 3 TCs, and Foodie is adding a monastery and a university. So that might actually suggest that he is looking for going for a faster Imperial, which can give him the ability to get into Arbalest. Morty also is playing too stable. He has 2 town centers. So in terms of economy, InDuS is ahead, but let's see in how good of a fight they are able to pick off. Onkar already has +2/+1 on his knights. Same for Morty. I think both these armies need to be pulled back once they realize the armies are there. In terms of sheer number, I think the stacker, 5 minute है stacker के पास मुश्किल से. Exactly. They have the army, small advantage in army, but let's see what they can do. Really strong army. He has already got a mangonel over here. If he decides to push this hill, a few knights from Onkar helping both sides. He has majority of his army there, but a few knights over here helping his other ally. Looking at army from Foodie, I don't see it. He has garrisoned in his ranges. This side, both of them are just playing a little bit here and there. Yeah, Topspin is going for 3 ranges. He's continuing his production. Foodie is up. Foodie's just decided to play 1 TC and go for Arbalest. Over on this side, Hithin has a mangonel on this hill. They're not leaving that hill. This is really smart positioning from InDuS. They're just camping the hill and letting the enemy come to him. Yep. Placing the mangonel, both the knights are flanking around each other and both are trading the crossbows. The army production is constant from both of them. 3 ranges from Mama, 2 ranges from I think Hitain still. Fudio only the one going Imperial. Let's look at Topspin. Topspin again decides to ignore Foodie and goes for the pocket. Since he was defending and camping on this hill, he decides to ignore and go for the pocket again. This is really smart positioning. He's just gonna be punishing pocket because of this. Because of Foodie's passive play, the Morty is gonna die. On this side, I think both of them decided to take a really big fight. Both of those guys traded their knights. A few knight advantage to Onkar, but a massive crossbow lead for Srini Mama because of the 3 range versus 2 range. Now Hitin is starting to add more ranges. Topspin moving around with his army. Arbalist with Bracer and like I think he should be getting used to it. I think Mama Morty should hit pocket. Nah, I think like pocket is too far up. Look at this boom. Look at this boom. He's going for 5 TCs. Typical Onkar. Like even if they go for this, they can't beat it. Like even if they kill 20 villages, Onkar will just boom back. Onkar has way too many villages at this point of the game. He's gonna be clicking Imperial any second now. Let's look at his resources. He's 600, 200, but with like 5 TCs, it should not be far away. He has like all of his 3 golds. He's already got down his secondary gold. Yeah, 5 TC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 TCs from Srini Mama. They're still forced to play defensive. His stone is outside. He can't make a castle yet. Let's look at yeah. Hitain decides to go for stone now. He's a stone mine over here, but I don't think he has enough for a forward castle. Forward castle on this hill would be absolutely brutal for Srini Mama, pushing up that hill in a Britain war. Actually, I think this army can be killed if like the Topspin is defending really nicely. He's not taking a lot of damage against these arbalists. Foodie's still on 1 TC. He might actually lose all his arbalists, but he is using them pretty nicely. 4 mangonels over here. On the other side, a lot of crossbow from Hitain. I don't think they can push into it. Stonewall's coming out. They're preparing for trade. Market's being put down. I think market should be put down over there as well. And this army is going to be caught out. Yeah. Even... Yeah. Exactly. The knights are too many. There are too many knights. Onkar still hasn't clicked up. That's actually pretty strange. He's like producing from a lot of stables and producing from a lot of town centers, so he should be fine. But he should be like able to click up at this point of the game. So a little bit of a miss macro from him. It feels like a lot of knights from Morty as well. Mama has clicked up, and so has Hitain. Hitain already reached Imperial actually. Mama is really far behind in terms of Imperial click. He's going to be conserving his army, but Rams and Arbalists should be able to clean everything Mama has at this area. On this side, Topspin pushing with his own Arbalist and a few mangonels. Is he going for any transitions? Doesn't look like it. He's just going to stick to Arbalist. No castle yet, so it might have been a plan that he can go for Obsidian Arrow with his Arbalist and take down all the buildings from Foodie. Foodie has no army left. This looks like GG on Foodie's side. Looking at Pocket's position, he has 3 town centers. He's keeping up in villager numbers, but he needs to do damage. Morty decides to ignore the flank, lets Mama be in a pretty tough situation. Onkar was with Hitain's army on this side and decides to leave and go back defend his own base. Again, he has too many town centers. He's even adding like a 6th town center because why not? Looks like green is producing a lot of knights. Yeah, exactly. Let's look at Alt J because I can't distinguish between green and yellow in the spring mod. He's making a few defensive camels, chasing around the knights from pocket. Hitain still continuing to stonewall the entire map. This is the trade wall. They're preparing for the long game already. He's making a castle on that hill, protecting both of his golds. Morty's still continuing to raid. This is actually a pretty good thing that Morty is deciding to go for, but I think it's way too late for it. His flanks are dying. Foodie decides to run away with all his villagers and gets caught out by Topspin. Topspin is already in Morty's base. He's gonna be cutting off all the reinforcements from Morty, going towards Onka's base. Onka is still defending with camels and knights himself. Topspin making markets on this corner, and this is game over. Looks like InDuS has the game number 1 for Arabia. GG is being called. That's game number 1, guys. InDuS takes the game 1, and now we go on to the next game.